Someone get the defib. Someone get the defib. Get it. Electrocute me. Bang. Price, shorty. Back over there. Back over there. Fuck you. Mic drop. Ow. Bitch. Oh. Ah! Kicking my leg. No more Lord Jesus Christ for me. I am God now.
Hi, can I order tea and 2 sugars, please?
Hello guys and welcome back to Tea and 2 Sugars. I am Tatty, your host who is in need of a yap this morning. Let me tell you that I have talking points. I have things I need to fill you in on. And let's just get right into it. First of all, I finished my books. Fearless, Reckless and Powerless. Oh my God, so good. I went on a walk yesterday. I've upped my walking distance before I go on holiday just to keep me mobile, keep me going, get them steps in, hot girl walk. And I did an 8.5K list yesterday because I just thought I'm just going to keep walking till my book runs out. Sobbing. I sobbed on my walk. If you've listened to, is the last one Fearless? The girls that get it. Oh my God, those last few chapters. I was in a mess. I got my sunglasses on, water dripping from my face. Oh, it's a lot. Second of all, I bet you're looking at me today going, wow, that girl has got some good eyebrows. Let me tell you a little story about my eyebrows. I have never, ever been able to get these bastards to look good on my own. I've never been able to do it. I fear I've mastered it. They look like, I don't know. They actually look like they belong with each other for once. Like this one, the hairs don't grow in the same places as this one. But I've done a little tweaking and twerking and I think I've got it to work. I've also actually used some brow product on them. I've got the NYX Eyebrow Glue, which is my go-to at said moment in time. I think when I go away though, I'm going to use the Got To Be, I've actually got it in my bag, one sec. I'm going to use the Got To Be brow. Is it a brow thing? It doesn't actually say. This little thingy is like a slick stick type situation, but I use it on my hair, but you can use it in your brows as well. Sophia uses it in her brows and just like, oh yeah, brow and edges gel. Perfect. I'm just going to take that with me because multifunctional queen. So that's that. I'm really proud of myself for getting my brows to a point where they actually look somewhat good. Lizzie did comment that they look like I'd had them done professionally. So I've not dyed them because I do quite like how light my eyes are in comparison to the rest of my face. I did think about bleaching them just a tad because I think they have got darker over the years, which is interesting. Third of all, I am off my fucking tits today on antihistamine. So if I seem a little lethargic or brain foggy, I don't know where I am, what my name is, or what planet I came from. Here's the sitch. Also, my eyelashes are sticking to my bottom lashes. Here's the sitch, girls. I have this thing that happens every now and again called eustachian tube dysfunction. It's not that serious. However, it basically means that my eustachian tube, which is your sinuses, is fucking swollen to shit. And it's pulling my eardrums into like the middle of my head. So like if these are my eardrums, it's so swollen, it's like pulling them in and it hurts basically. I have a flight to get on in 4 days. So I'd quite like this to skedaddle and get out. So I'm doing everything I possibly can. I've got Becanace, which is a steroid nasal spray that I'm using. I'm on Pirates. I'm hot compressing my ears. I'm doing everything I possibly can because last time this bastard thing happened, I got an ear infection from it. And I also cannot be getting on an 18-hour flight next Saturday, not this Saturday, coming the Saturday after that, with an ear infection. I've done that once before and I'm not doing it again. It was fucking awful. Additionally, and sorry, and I've not really spoke to that many people this morning. So additionally, I've not got any tan on. Can you tell? Do I look fresh as a daisy? And I don't know what it is. As I age and I go through my years, maybe it's the Beth and Lloyd effect. I actually really enjoy not wearing tan. Do you know what I mean? Like, trust me, when I get Thursday, catch me in that Be Bold Ultra Dark, Extra Dark, whatever it's called. However, just for the meantime, I'm enjoying my skin tone. You know how it goes. I've also in the shower been using an African net sponge. Is that what they're called? It's basically like a net that has been knotted together to create the net. And it's so exfoliating. If anyone has KP, keratosis pilaris, on the backs of your arms, or I sometimes get it a little bit on my legs, it's I shit you not, it's pretty much got rid of it. Like, I still have, I reckon another week, it'll be gone. Which is absolutely insane because I've had so many different products that I have tried. Turns out I just needed an African net sponge. Is that what they're called? Let me just Google them. I don't want to mess up the name. African net. So yeah, an African net sponge. 10/10 recommend. Just put your normal body gel, shower gel, soap on it. Scrub it up. You got it. Along with the Inculus glycolic exfoliating stick. I think that's what has really sped this shit along. Anyway, after my little ramble there, let's get on to my After my little ramble there, let's get on to my boiling point and my 2 sugars. My boiling point for today has to do with my little ear issue. The reason I have trust issues in life is when they put caffeine in paracetamol, right? I'm popping these paracetamol last night trying to stop my ears hurting, not realising that they have caffeine in them. Me, 3:30 this morning, lying awake, thinking about life itself and the origins of the universe. And do I owe anyone money? Does anyone else have that fear? Like, a really irrational fear that I owe people money. Like, I know I owe people stuff for like trips we're going on, but we've already said that we'll pay that when everything is confirmed. So yeah, paracetamol with caffeine in it. Stop doing that, please. Like, if I want caffeine, I will grab myself a little beverage, you know. So that's my boiling point. My 2 sugars. I feel like I've just rambled on about my 2 sugars. Oh my God, no, my first sugar. My first sugar is a friend of Joe's. Joe, if you're listening and you're new here, Joe is my co-host. Joe is a jelly cat. He's extremely talented. He has a master's degree in communication and journalism, and is media trained, mic trained, and did a little stint on the West End. So this is Joe. I'm going to get Isla, if you're listening, to put a picture of the latest jelly cat obsession I have, Godfrey whale shark. I need this bastard little thing in my life. 3 days ago, actually. I said to Jordan I'd quite like him for my birthday, because obviously we're going to go snorkeling with whale sharks, hopefully, touch wood, in the Maldives. And does anyone else have the fear of, I'm a cuddly toy girl, you get me? I don't want to take my cuddly toys with me on holiday. God forbid they get lost. We all have heard about Michaela and her blanket that got put in the wash at a hotel. If anything ever happened to my Podge, my teddy, I actually fear I'd cry and just die. He is mine and Jordan's son. It was one of the first presents that Jordan got me for Christmas, and he has been through everything with us. So I would like a Godfrey whale shark, and this thing is literally I'm going to get a picture of, so just a look at his little face now. I could buy him for myself, but there's just something that hits a little bit different when your boyfriend gets you a whale shark. Do you know what I mean? No, get you a jelly cat. Oh, he's so cute. He just looks so grumpy. Also, I like a teddy that I can is long, that can, this is him. I'll get Isla to put a picture up as well. That's Godfrey. He's just the sweetest little nutter. So that's look at his little tush. My second sugar. Let's have a wee think. This is one of the things I was thinking about last night as I was going to sleep, and I really can't for the life of me remember what the other one was. I think it was actually just being pale. So, for instance, today, actually, my face today is 10/10. That's how I feel so confident when I'm just like this. All I have on today is my SPF. I've got the Beauty of Joe San Rise Sun Relief SPF for a bit of glow. Giorgio Armani Sheer Tint Glow Tint. I don't know what it's called. Just on the high points of my cheeks and a little bit of liquid bronzer. Makeup by Mario one. Liner and a lash. I always say to Keta, liner and a lash. It'll do you wonders. I feel so light. I feel so airy. I feel like I can, nothing can ruin my day when I feel like this. Hair off my face. Nice little one shoulder number. Red nails. Liner and a lash. I am fucking unstoppable today, my dudes. So they're my boiling point with 2 sugars. Paracetamol with caffeine in it. Godfrey Whale Shark. And my makeup routine today, I guess. In the cup, I really wanted a Lucozade. Like just an original orange Lucozade. They didn't have any in Tesco Express, so we're settling with a Celsius. I'm hoping this is going to revive me because I am fighting the urge to fall asleep. Can pop. Oh, yeah. Little story time for you. When me and the girls went to Ibiza last year, should we go with the Le Creuset today? Let's go with the Le Creuset. When me and the girls went to Ibiza last year, we were going to Bezo Beach, which is on Formentera, I believe. I forgot the horrific colour of this thing. Listen to the fizz. The horrific colour. I know, what am I saying? It's a boat ride. You have to get a boat to get there. And for some reason, I've never felt seasick before, but last summer I started to get a little seasick. So I had a seasickness tablet. Normally, I just have ginger tablets. They're really good. Oh my fucking God. I was sat at this dinner. I felt so rude. I literally was trying to keep my head up. I had a double espresso and that did not work. So I went to the beach, back to the boat, fell asleep for 3 hours. The girls came back after having a little party on Bezo. My phone, my black phone case phone was just out to the wind. I was on my back, sprawled out. Yeah. So that was that. I basically feel like that right now. Anyway, first sip, best sip. Cheers. I just love peach flavoured stuff. It is so summery. I wish they'd change the colour of the bastard thing. Anyway, this week, guys, we have an update. Do you remember the girl a few weeks ago that was pretending to be the yoga instructor to catch her husband cheating, basically? She has dropped us the update and we're going to get right into it right now. Let's go. Okay, so we all know this is the update. I told my husband that I was the girl he'd been cheating on me with. Story time. Hi, Tatty. I am the girl who pretended to be another girl to catch her husband. Here is what happened next. So, Steve is still heartbroken over Amy, aka me. And to answer your question, the profile was me in a blonde wig and a fair amount of Facetune. He's been walking around for days like some weird little ghost. He started listening to sad songs since we were in college, and honestly, I'm starting to feel guilty for this cheating motherfucker. Anyway, I decide it's time. So I wait till dinner. I'm thinking I'll really play up to this. I'll make his favourite. I'll get carbonara from the box because I'll get carbonara from the box because I'm petty like that, and we sit down to eat. He's like, oh my God, thank you so much, babe. This looks amazing. I'm so hungry. This is fucking iconic. So he's going, I'm so hungry, right? To which I reply, oh my God, me too. I'm so hungry. I could eat Amy 1234. I've obviously changed the username, but she said the username of the account that she made. His head snaps up and he's like, wait, how do you know Amy? I smile and I say, oh baby, that is because I am Amy. He looks at me like I have just told him aliens are actually coming to Earth. I keep going. I told him everything, the fake Tinder profile, the fake phone number, the fake mango smoothie lies. How every moment he thought he was finally understood was just me mirroring his own nonsense back to him. He says, and I quote, that is so manipulative and cruel. I just blinked in this man's face. And I said to him, oh, you mean like telling another woman you're trapped in your marriage whilst you're still in it is also not cruel? He stormed off, slammed the bedroom door, has been calling me toxic, which is rich coming from someone who told Amy she made him feel pure again. Like, sir, you're literally texting your wife. Grow up. Next day, Steve has a bag packed and says he needs space. And I'm like, okay, cool. Amy probably has a load of space available. And he's now at his mum's house. She started calling me crying, saying that I have ruined her son's life. And I'm like, hon, your son literally fell in love with his wife again. And that is what has ruined his life. So now I'm sitting here with a glass of wine, writing this to you and your lovely listeners, because I don't know what to do next. I love this man to pieces still. This is so difficult to me. What do we do? I'd still like to stay with this man. However, how can I go on knowing that he has betrayed me so heavily? I need your help, people. What do I do? Well, first of all, I'm very impressed with your I'm so hungry I could eat her. The use of a TikTok trend in telling your husband that you are the reason he is feeling like this is iconic behavior. 10/10. I'd stand up if I could. However, I'm too tired to. Here's what you're going to do. Personally, I think that you should not even entertain this man any further. How he reacted to your confession is very telling. He literally got caught cheating and is trying to blame it on you. Oh, don't know how I feel about that. Let's not deflect here, Stephen. You're the one that thought you were getting it on with a 20-year-old mango smoothie loving yoga instructor, right? Those women only really exist in like the top 1%. And sir, you are the bottom 1%. So let's take it down a few rungs. Okay, let's know our boundaries. You're already reaching with your wife. Because I know for a fact that woman is hot as shit. I think you need to fob him off. You have all the evidence you need. He was already cheating on you before you began this arc, shall we say, your villain arc, which is sensational. Yeah, fob that motherfucker off. He can stay at his mum's. He was cheating on you, love. You would not want your children or your best friend to go back to a man that was cheating them like that. Not unacceptable. Do not let yourself think that that is the level of love that you deserve. You deserve someone that wouldn't even entertain a follow from another woman. He's out here talking, Tindering, texting, calling, crushing up mangoes for her. Not the vibe, girl. Know your fucking worth, all right? You literally came up with the best revenge plot in the history of revenge plots. You're an intelligent woman. Know better. You're clever enough to not know that that is an acceptable move. I'll be angry at you. You're going to get a good divorce lawyer. You're going to get everything at this situation that you possibly can. I would still try and remember. I can't remember if you said you've got children together, but if you do have children together, they don't need to know the ins and outs of this situation. They are your children. They do not need to be brought into marriage drama. If you don't have children, fuck it. Get yourself on a girls' night. Woo! Well, thank you so much for emailing in an update. If anyone has any other advice for our lovely Amy here, a nice Amy, please do let us know. Because I'm not married, I've not been with someone for 20 years and been cheated on. I'm excited to see where this next era takes you, my love. It's exciting for you. Proud of you. Well done. Okay, let's move on to story number 2. Cheers to that. All right. This one is titled, My Parents Got Me the Wildest Engagement Present Ever. Story time. So this story starts off quite mundane, but trust me, by the end, your jaw will be on the floor with mine tatty. So I'm 27. My fiancé Steve and I have been together for the past 4 years. Congratulations. He proposed last month with his whole elaborate picnic situation involving fairy lights, Polaroid walls of us, and a very badly played ukulele song. Of course I said yes. I cried a lot and everything felt incredibly right. My parents were absolutely thrilled for us, especially my dad. He got really emotional by everything, which was strange because that man has got the emotional range of a teaspoon. I love the Hermione Granger reference there. Anyway, fast forward to our engagement party last weekend. My parents hosted it at their house, which was kind of surprising because my mum hates entertaining and hates having people in her home. But whatever, she was on the roll with planning stuff and I never even questioned it. This was a big mistake. The party's going well. Everyone is mingling. Steve is making awkward small talk conversations with my weird uncle. And then my mum says there's someone that she'd like me to meet. First of all, Bertha, why are we going away from the invite list? Okay, this was invite only. Okay, I'm a pretty big fucking deal. It's a big deal for me. Don't be inviting random strangers from off the street. Second of all, not now. I'm trying to celebrate my love with my betrothed. Leave me be, woman. So this girl, who we'll call Amy, walks in. She's around my age, super pretty, and wearing a slightly too white dress for my liking. But she smiles and my mum says, "Darling, this is your half-sister, Amy." Huh? I know for a fact we aren't doing this at my engagement party. It's a engagement party, not a family reunion / sister / gender reveal. Nope. I obviously think this is some sort of massive joke. I'm expecting it to be some weird engagement party stripper, like some icebreaker. I laughed, but no one else did. Turns out, no laughing matter at all, Tatty. I questioned everything in that moment. Turns out that my dad had had an affair 28 years ago with a woman that he worked with. She got pregnant with Amy, and Dad never told us about it. He apparently supported her quietly, paid child support, and that was that. No contact required. But recently, Amy had reached out wanting to know her other family. Well, reach back in, Amy. You get yourself back over there. Back over there. Nah, she has a right to know who her family are. Just maybe this is not, I'm not feeling that this is the right time. I'm engaged. Leave. My parents thought, oh, hey, what better time to gift her with the presence of her sibling than at her engagement party. I was shaking so hard I felt like I was going to pass out. Amy, for what it's worth, looked incredibly shocked as well. She didn't know that she was being paraded out like a surprise twist either. She pulled me aside. Oh, I like this. Okay, this is a nice sibling bonding moment, I guess. She pulled me aside and told me she only agreed to meet with my parents a week ago. She had no idea that this was going to be my engagement party. And get this, she lives in the same city as us. And after getting talking, we realised we live 15 minutes away. We attend the same gym. We go to the same coffee shops, same goddamn book club as well. We've probably crossed paths dozens of times. Oh my God, imagine your dad in this circumstance. You've been like, Dad, met this incredible girl at the gym. We do Pilates on Wednesday together. Actually, next Wednesday, we're going to go to coffee after the book club. And he's like, oh, show me a picture of her. Bang, Amy. The paranoia. Maybe this is why they feel like they need to tell you now, because it's all getting a bit close to comfort and they would rather you find out via them than Amy. But how would Amy know either? Interesting. So I stormed out my own party absolutely furious. My dad tried to explain, said he didn't want to tell me when I was younger because he didn't want to confuse me, and then he just never got round to it. No, Steve, you never get round to putting the picture up on the wall or painting the skirting board that you scuffed when you moved in. You know? You never get round to weeding the back patio. Shut up. You get round to tell your daughter that she's got other siblings and you've got other children. Like, Dad, how did you forget you had a whole other human child? My mum tried to justify it. Right. First of all, she's been done wrong as well, so I don't know why she's trying to justify any of this behaviour. My mum tried to justify it by saying, well, we wanted to keep the focus on your special day. Well, I'm unsure on how you thought that was going to go, Bertha, because did you not hear the crickets? The literal Bug's Life cast chirping away when you said, this is your half-sister, Amang. Bore off. Bless my Steve. He stood there holding a plate of vol au vents like, what the hell is happening and what am I marrying into? Now, here's where I need your guys' help. I don't know what to do moving forward. I haven't spoken to my dad since, and I'm actually really getting on with Amy. She's so cool. And none of this is her fault either. Yeah, so true. But my entire childhood now feels like it's got an asterisk over it. There's a whole alternative version of my life that I never knew existed till now. So yeah, now I have a whole new family member at my own engagement party because apparently in this family, secrets are best served with champagne and a gold ring. Am I wrong for not wanting to speak to either of my parents right now? Or am I just processing the bare minimum of betrayal? Because honestly, I haven't even opened their gift yet, which is just a card that says surprise. Ooh. I think you're well within your rights to feel like you need a little bit of distance from your parents right now. To have kept this from you for 28 years, there are so many moments in life before that, even like in your 20s, where they could have just said, here's the situation. Amy has reached out. She wants to open up. We've never wanted to intrude on her life, but now she has come to us. You know, we'd like to open the line of communication between you two. Seems like you're very, very similar despite having different upbringings. And listen, out of all of this, you have a potentially brilliant relationship with your new sister. That is so cool. Like, people grow, from what I can tell, you don't have any siblings. Or you have like, what if you have like a brother? How cool that you now have this built-in best friend. That's what sisters are, built-in best friend. And you have so much time to catch up on. You already know that you're into the same things because you're into the same clubs and gyms and things like that. I think maybe you just need to try and focus on the positive side of things here and address your immediate family drama as time goes on. It'll take some time to build up your trust back in them. I do feel like they clearly think they were doing something so wow, surprise, shorty. They clearly think they did a whole damn thing with this. They've really misread the room, which is that's a real shame because they must have been so nervous to tell you that. And maybe they told you in front of a room of people so that you wouldn't kick off, I guess, maybe, power in numbers and all of that. I think you just need a little bit of time to decompress and chill. Get used to the fact that you've got a whole new family member as well. This must be really daunting for Amy too. So you've got each other to lean on there. Just take time to get to know her. That's what I would do. The relationship with your parents will heal. No doubt in that at all. They just did, like I said, they feel like they did the right thing with the information and the resources they had, I think. It must be really difficult to your mum as well to have this kid that is a symbol of her husband's disrespect, infidelity. Maybe speak to your mum first. Maybe that's a relationship you can salvage before your dad's, because she's stuck between a rock and a hard place, I imagine. So yeah, congratulations on your sister, I guess. Let's go on to story number 3. We have some legal drama. Here we go. I got him arrested at his wedding. Story time. So Steve was my fiancé. We met at work, which yes, I now realise is mistake number 1. He was charming in that corporate golden retriever kind of way. Always opening doors for me, always bringing me coffee, always accidentally brushing by me when he passed over a report. It was really cute until it wasn't. Cut to 2 years in, we are now living together, planning a wedding. I find it absolutely crazy that people plan a wedding, move in and do all of that within 2 years. That's insane. You must be on the go all the time. We're planning a wedding and working at the same firm. In different departments, but close enough. And I am on a fast track to getting a promotion. I was working so hard, absolutely killing it and getting amazing results. Then I started hearing whispers amongst the office. Random rumours floating around that someone was saying I was leaking internal documents. Call the plumber! We've got a leak. Breaching client confidentiality and all of that jazz. Then one morning I walk into work and I am immediately escorted out. Holy shit, that must be terrifying. No warning. I was just fired point blank on the spot. My whole department was looking at me like I'm some sort of criminal. And Steve bawled his eyes out. and held me like I was some sort of weird victim. Except 2 weeks later, I get an email with proof. It included screen recordings, copies of files sent from my login, but the IP address I checked was not mine. It was Steve's. Steve had set me up, made it look like I was selling client information to an outside source. Oh my fucking God. This is why you don't plan weddings with people 2 years in, my dudes. They'll get you fired. They'll sell client info and blame it on you. Why? Because he needed someone to take the fall before the company found out. Because, oh my God, no. So he was selling client information, and when they got a sniff of it, someone was doing it, he decided to frame you. God, your husband does not like you. I'm so sorry to say that. This man hates you. Deep rooted hate. And I was the first person that he thought of, apparently. I stared at the email and felt something absolutely shatter inside me, but not in a sad way, in a female rage kind of way. I fucking love that. You know, Thunderstruck by AC/DC. If anyone, just take a little second now. Just nip off here. Put Thunderstruck on by AC/DC. If you want to know what goes on inside my head when I'm plotting some sort of revenge or argument, it is that. Or Ain't No Love in Oklahoma by Luke Combs. The intro to that. They have the same vibe. Holy shit. I start planning. I did not confront Steve at all. I said to myself, let's move forward. Let's focus on the wedding. And he did too, happily, like a dumb fucking golden retriever. I rehired my original wedding planner and spared absolutely no expenses. I love that you're unemployed, but you're like, fuck you. I'm going to take you down at the wedding that I'm paying for. And you, bitch. We set the date for a massive outdoor estate wedding with a huge guest list. Everything was going to be white and gold. I hired swans. I didn't even know you could hire swans. Steve really thought he had won in this situation. I had sent all the proof, every single file, every screenshot to the company's legal team. Were they invited to the wedding? Imagine the order of service. Do you have an order of service at a wedding? Imagine the order of service is all of the tea and the drama and the receipts. I'd love that. I even threw in a timeline and cross-referenced it with the swipe card data. What the fuck is swipe card data? Let's have a little look. Swipe card data. Credit card swipes. It'll go on 3 receipts. Okay, I'm just assuming it's like a payment receipt because it's not really telling me anything too serious there. It was the whole shebang. It was detailed, and I should have got some sort of medal for it. But here's the thing. I asked them to do one thing with all of this information. Just wait. Let them have this date and trust me. But I asked them wait. Let them have this date. Trust me, I said. They agreed. Picture this. It's now my wedding day. Steve is standing there. I'm imagining that Steve has paid for all of this, surely. Because if you've wasted your money on this man, girl, I'll be very upset with you. So I'm hoping that considering you're the unemployed one in this relationship now, thanks to your man, let's not get it twisted here. He better have paid for this whole fucking wedding day. You best have a nice Vivienne Westwood corseted, sucked in corset dress, brand new, custom Vivienne Westwood on that man's credit card, on that man's gold Amex. Picture this, it's my wedding day. Steve is standing at the altar, grinning like the Cheshire Cat. Everyone's watching. I walk down the aisle in a disgustingly beautiful gown. Yep, as you should. But when the officiant asks if anyone has a reason why these two should not be wed, I raised my hand and I said, I do. Not the I do everyone thought you'd be saying that day, is it? Mic drop. Ow. This is when Steve turns and I say, you stole my job. You stole my reputation, but you did not steal my receipts. Whoop. And then security walked down the aisle and arrested him in front of his mum, in front of Amy. Who's Amy? Oh, Amy has entered the chat, kicking my legs in front of Amy, who, through all of my research, I realised was one of my bridesmaids he'd been secretly sleeping with this whole time. And in front of the entire guest list, this man was cuffed in a full tuxedo, James Bond style. Turns out white collar crime looks real good when it's happening in front of you. And me, I walked back down the aisle alone, no groom, no regrets, and a standing ovation. So, was I too petty? Hell no. The only way I would tell you that you are wrong in this situation is if you paid a single penny towards that wedding, because I'm all for making a scene. However, from what you've said there, we're talking a 6-figure wedding there, honey, and I'm not having you wasting your money on no man who is gonna throw you under the bus to save his flat, sagging, stinky, hairy, pebble shit filled arse. Okay, we're not doing that for no man. Need another sip of my drink. Cheers to you and your revenge plot. Cheers, chin, chin, chin. Sip for you, Joe. See, Joe's not even. Yep, cool. That's incredible. I admire these women, you girls that you email in and you have the patience of a saint. I'd have crashed the fuck out. I'd have made it the whole world's issue on day one, hour one of me knowing that piece of information. I'm hoping you got rehired. Can you get rehired? You could have also sued them. I imagine you could probably get them. You could get them for unlawful dismissal, unfair dismissal. Could we get defamation of character in there as well? I know a woman that sued for unfair dismissal and she just bought a new Range Rover. So I'm thinking there's some good money that you can get out of a situation like that. Put your business hat on. You're clearly a very educated woman. You got this. Let's rinse this motherfucker for all he's worth, my girl. Enjoy. Now, I was just scrolling through my inbox here and I thought, this woman has emailed in twice. Nay, we have another cray groom and a marriage scandal. I found out he was cheating on me, so I made him marry me. Story time. Feels counterproductive, do we not think? Feels like we're not getting much out of this situation. Let's read on. Hi, Tatty. Absolutely loving the podcast, and I ask your forgiveness and please do not judge me. I didn't start this as a revenge plot. I was just a girl in love. And here we are. Steve and I have been together for 5 years. We lived together. We had everything together. A joint savings account. We adopted a cat named Sourdough. Sourdough. The cat. That's so niche. I don't know if I'm going to need to bleep that out because that is such a niche cat name. I genuinely did believe that Steve and I were soulmates. This wasn't until one day I was cleaning and I found out he had a burner phone. Burner phone? Yes, a literal burner phone stuffed down the panel behind the toilet tank. The man was like something out of Spy Kids. I only found it because the flush had broken and I had to fix it myself. Surprise! Steve doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to do anything that doesn't involve lying or Xbox. Anyway, I find the phone and of course it is locked. But Steve uses the same passcode for everything. What I find tatty was multiple contacts saved as things like Pizza Hut, work wife, but they're all different girls. Who's the Pizza Hut girl? How did she get her nickname? One of them, Amy, was his co-worker who had been sending him, shall we say, content's insurance, more like. And we'll just leave it at that. I scroll all the way back and realise this has been going on for months. Plural. Months. While I was planning his birthday party and organising his sister's bridal shower, and organising his sister's baby shower, he had been texting Pizza Hut. That is so funny to me. What a fun sentence. So here's where I lost my mind a bit. I wanted to throw this man's Xbox on the train tracks outside our house, but I stayed calm and I began to plot. I had told him that I wanted to get married. Like now. I played the doting girlfriend, said I was tired of waiting. Oh, I've been there. I wanted to elope in the woods, like that one Taylor Swift video that I can't remember the name of the song for. He panicked a little bit, but ultimately he agreed. Of course he did. I was offering him everything he'd ever wanted. Me, still being oblivious and still being loyal. Fast forward to the wedding. I planned the whole thing myself. I took great pride in it. I had just us, a photographer, and our officiant. It was a private ceremony, super chill and very romantic. Okay, you want to have some people there to witness the extravagance, you know? Except the officiant wasn't an officiant at all. He was my lawyer. Wow. That's great. I'd love to... Is the lawyer actually an officiant? Because that's iconic. Because you know what you need for a real legal marriage? Paperwork, witnesses, filings, none of which I had. So Steve thought we were married. Okay, oh my God, fake marriage. Okay, thank God. I thought you were going to get trapped in a marriage to Steve, of all people. Fake married, okay. So Steve thought we were married. I let him believe this for 3 months. And in those 3 months, I went full chaos mode. In this time, I used it to siphon every single penny out of our joint account. I maxed out the credit cards he had opened in his name. I drained his precious Xbox wallet. What the fuck is an Xbox wallet? Oh no, you sold the cat. Why? Why? Sold sourdough to a lovely retired woman on Facebook Market. Now you lost me on this. What the fuck are we doing selling cats on Facebook Marketplace? Okay. The cat always liked him more and I'm petty. You've lost me. Go and get that fucking cat back. And then, once everything was done, I printed out screenshots of every single message from his burner phone, mailed them to every girl he was cheating on me with, including Amy, who, by the way, is married to Steve's boss. Oh. Then I sat him down, looked him dead in the eye and said, Steve, I think we need to talk. God, that'll shit anyone up. Imagine knowing that you have been cheating on your now wife for months and months and months and months, and she pulls the, I think we need to talk card. I'd have palpitations. Someone get the defib. Someone get the defib. Get it. Electrocute me. Bang. I'd need that. That's what I would need if someone said we needed to talk and I was in that situation. We need electroshock therapy. No, we don't need That's not good for you. I take that back. He thought I was going to confess to cheating. No. Or worse, ask for a divorce. But no, I looked him in the face and said, Steve, we aren't married. The wedding was fake. You've been living in a fantasy world and now you can live in it alone. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. The man started sobbing. He actually said, but I thought we were building a life together. No, Steve, you were just building a lie and I was a part of it. See you later. That's incredible. I'm so glad you didn't actually get married to him. Also, was he not like, why do we not want our family there? Oh, no, that's because Steve is a dumb fucking bitch. So, of course he's not going to think that. Wow, what a story. Again, I'm hoping you're not putting too much money into this. The photographer, I'd love to see the pictures there. If you've got the pictures, that'd be delightful. And what was the lawyer there for then? What was the lawyer for as the officiant? Just to meet Steve? I'm not asking questions. I just think it's fantastic. Please go and get the cat back from that woman. Or don't do that again. I'm fully backing you, my guy, my girl. Don't sell animals on Facebook Marketplace. I don't feel like that's very ethical. Is it? I don't know. I've never bought an animal before. Steve? What's your name? Joe, you got any intel on that? No? Cool. Well, congratulations on your separation, I guess. Love you. I caught my boyfriend sexting another girl. Story time. So I'm 18 years old, a university student who's here with my friend who's also 18 from high school. We'll call my friend Amy. We befriended a guy during our first semester who we are no longer friends with, who we'll call Steve. This guy just underwent a dramatic weight loss and was not used to receiving female attention before his weight loss. So, needless to say, once he got to his first talking stage, he wasn't sure how to handle it. We'll call the girl he was talking to Stacey. Prior to this talking stage, Steve had been pretty serious. Oh, Steve had been a pretty serious. I thought we were adding more names in then. Steve had been a pretty serious Christian and was intent on waiting till marriage. This girl went on one night and got extremely drunk and high and started to sext him intensely. I'm thinking Stacey's sexting Steve. Jesus Christ. Stacey is sexting Steve. Okay. Needless to say, all religious qualms Steve had flew out the window and he began to sext her as well. He said, "No more Lord Jesus Christ for me. I am God now." I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. He said, "Puss is my new religion." You know what this guy needs? Virgin Island. That'll help him right out. Because Steve was so unfamiliar with this dynamic, he showed me and Amy the text that they had exchanged. It's also worth noting that he didn't have any questions about what was happening. He literally was just so pleased with himself, he had to show us. He's proud of his work, his creative writing. After many months on and off with a lot of stress and manipulation, Steve and Stacey finally got together officially. Steve dropped me and Amy and is now exclusively hanging out with Stacey. And since she lives in the same building as me, I often see him leaving her room in the mornings. He's constantly posting her on social media, and every time I see her, I'm reminding of how she has no idea that two random girls have seen her at her most vulnerable. So true, because my loyalty is no longer to Steve, considering he dropped me. So, should I tell Stacey what he did? Admittedly, I don't like Stacey either, since she tends to be quite manipulative towards Steve. From what stories he's told me before he dropped us, what do I do? Well, that's a fucking shit situation. So we need to dissect that. So your boyfriend is your boyfriend, not your boyfriend, okay? That's that ticked off. This is really shit. This is really shit. This is so shit. This is so shit. I think you got to tell her. Despite how she is towards Steve, she does not, I think showing someone your intimate words and desires. Ow. Oh, you fucking joking me. I've just spilt my Celsius all in my lap. I think you need to tell her. I don't know how. Oh, Joe, you got any ideas on this one, my guy? Always helpful. This one, I need someone to bounce my ideas off. Maybe you can just grab her, just be like, "Hey, babe, I know we're not that close, but I feel like you deserve to know this, and I'd want to be a girl's girl." Steve clearly, he's got wrapped up in all of this. He's got a bit of female attention. I would want to know if my boyfriend was showing you. Listen, you got to respect the person you're with, even if you're not officially with them. You can't be showing people texts like that. Your intimate needs, wants, desires, affection towards other people. It's not right. You got to tell her. Steve, yeah. Oh, it's difficult because you're probably going to lose your relationship with Steve, but was it there to begin with? Is it there now? You've got to tell Stacey. You and Amy? So many names in this. He's just got a bit of he's got a bit of attention. He's got a bit of confidence with his new weight loss. He's feeling skinny, sexy, and slim, like a little speck of dust. He's clearly not had the opportunity to respect women in the past in this way, and he's fucked it on the first hurdle, unfortunately. Steve, you got to think, in 5 years' time, and he's going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. That is not how I would want my boyfriend to have told his friends about me. The more I'm saying it, she needs to know. Absolutely, she needs to know. And you're also young as well. That if he's going to continue to do this as he grows up, what's he going to do? Start showing people nudes? Nah, we're not fucking doing that. That's illegal. Is it illegal? Hang on. Is what he's doing illegal? Let's have a little Google. Okay. Apparently here, it is illegal to share someone's sex without their consent. Distributing intimate... Okay, this is about images and videos. Obviously, we knew that. But I can't see anything about... Yeah, it's just saying... Hey, listen, even the... It's just wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's just wrong, even if it's not illegal. Don't do that. Do not do that. Tell her you're gonna have to workshop how you're gonna tell her yourself. I think maybe just grab her in the hallway one time or invite her over saying that, I need to speak to you, something like that. That's a really sticky situation for you to be in. It's really tricky for you. I'm so sorry that you're in that situation. But I'd be a girl's girl. You've got to be a girl's girl in this one. You've got to keep her safe, because I don't want him going, like, if he's just going to willingly show you that just to prove that he's been doing it, it's fucking weird behaviour. Yeah. Hope it goes okay. Just be really compassionate to her and kind with your words and whatnot. I mean, you already have a bit of a tense relationship, so she might be quite combative or she might be really receptive. You never know. And if you're saying details about the text you've seen, she's obviously going to think it's true. And she's not going to, like, accuse you of lying or anything like that. So, yeah. Hope it all goes okay. And I'm glad that you've got your friend there to support you through it as well. Love ya. And that, guys, is the end of today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. I'm so glad we got an update. I do love an update on the stories, don't you? We've got a little bit of wedding drama, a little bit of friend drama going on today. If you have some drama going on in your life and you would like to share it with us anonymously and ask for mine and Joe's expert opinion on how to resolve these situations, you can head over to our social media. There is a link in our bio. If you tap that and click send stories as soon as you get to the little drop down page, pop your things in there, send some pickies if you want to, and I'll read it out on the podcast or on my socials, which is Tatty Lomas. We have stories pretty much every day there as well. I love you so much, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Tatty bye. Mwah. See ya.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.